everyone. Welcome to tonight's Chill Pill. Sláinte Roof.
Sláinte.
Oh. Oh, yes.
Nice.
By the way,
Yes.
this fall seems to be so much prettier than ones I've seen in a long time.
I know.
I don't know.
The colors are amazing.
Yeah, I don't know what's made it so beautiful, but it really is so much nicer. The trees out here, too, at the back are beautiful. Beautiful yellow colors and oranges. Not as many reds down here as you would see in some other places, but really nice.
Beautiful, beautiful colors.
It might be something to do with the rain or something. We didn't have a lot of rain this summer. It was a dry summer, so I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not a biologist or a botanist.
If you know, let us know. If you know the reason why we've got prettier colors this year, let us know.
For sure.
Make a comment, because we don't have a clue. We could have looked it up, I guess.
I know, but it is lovely. And I posted some pictures on Facebook. Sorry, by the way, I'm always posting pictures
A lot of people
of Harrison
love your...
Lake Park, but
Someone
I love
asked
it
me.
there.
Someone asked me the other day if it was me doing the pictures and you taking the credit.
Oh, whoa, no way.
And I said,
Excuse
no,
me.
she's the photographer. Photographer extraordinaire.
No, but it's beautiful there.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful in every season.
I know, we just love walking
I can wait till the snow comes because obviously, snow brings its own challenges, and even though it's pretty. But yeah, the prettiness of the snow around there is going to be lovely too.
I know,
So
I know.
looking forward to it.
We still have to rake all these leaves up, everybody.
Oh dear, yes.
It's like, why would you begin though right now? It's like, okay.
Just let them lie there for a wee bit because they're so pretty.
Well, there's so many more to come down, so it's like...
Well,
I guess it can get very heavy going if you let too many drop at once, then it's really difficult.
there is that practical note.
Yeah. It's like snow, right? You better get the machine out before it gets too deep, otherwise the machine won't work.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, we want to talk about a verse today. It says in the Bible, if anyone will come after me, that's Jesus talking, let them deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow me. So in other words, Jesus is really saying through this that Christianity isn't easy. In fact, it's difficult because a cross, of course, is a place of suffering. And self-denial, of course, is not something we like doing. If you're hungry, you want to eat. If you want something, you'd rather buy it than not buy it if you've got the money. So it's like we don't, denying yourself is a difficult thing for us. But especially take up your cross. Why do you think Christianity is put across that way? What makes it difficult? And of course we know for the early followers of Jesus, a lot of them lost their lives. And you've seen
People
that.
are still losing their lives
People do.
for being Christians these days in other countries.
But we don't. In our country there's freedom. There's freedom of religion. People don't stone you in the street or run you out of town. So how does that apply to us living here in this environment?
I think besides all of those physical things that have happened because of politics and hatred and different systems of governments and things in different countries that have created that kind of reality for Christ's followers, I think first of all, before anything, following Jesus is not a natural thing.
Okay.
It's not easy for our human nature to follow Jesus because our human nature is all about us. The protection of who we are, our own ideas, making sure we get what we want, making sure we do what we want, and to cut right across that.
Wow, that's a deep thought for the middle of the afternoon.
Well, sorry, but you did ask.
No, you're right.
But I mean, to cut across that is to follow Jesus. In other words, to say, no, don't be consumed by all of that. Be consumed with what Christ wants, who he is, and what is important to the Lord in this life. And sometimes what's important to the Lord is extremely different from what we would want. To be that one person who's disagreeing with other people because it's actually what the Lord would want, or putting ourselves, in the middle of something that we'd rather not be because it's standing up for what God wants. or just simply being in a difficult place at a difficult time because the Lord has led you there.
Right.
So it's just not a natural thing to follow Jesus.
It cuts across, like you're saying, what comes easy to us is self-interest. You know, what I want to do, and yet the Bible's always talking about be other interested, you know. Do not look upon your own desires, but also on the interests of other people. So it really cuts across our desire, like you say, for protection, for comfort, for wanting to do what we want to do.
And sometimes, you know, the Lord will even put his hand on. My mother always used to say this, you know, like hold everything that is in your life, the people you love, even your children, and where you live and your money and all of that, hold it lightly.
Yeah.
Because the Lord might put his hand on any of it at any time for
Yeah.
his use. And I'm just, you know what's just dropped into my head? Do you remember in Bible college? And we really, really, really didn't have a lot of money at all, and we had 3 children.
Yeah.
And you remember there was a speaker or something in chapel?
Oh, yeah.
And you came to me and you said, by the way, Ruth, I put all of our money into the
I
offering.
know. That seems like it's a dumb thing.
No, but you said God
At the
told you
time.
to do it. And I looked at you and I said, wait, what? I mean, you mean the money that we have for our groceries and everything this week? And you said, yeah, it doesn't make sense, but somehow I felt God wanted me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like astounded. And I'm like, okay, so where does that put us and the kids and everything else?
I know.
And before that week was out, the Lord had provided us money from various sources. We ended up with more money than what we actually had.
Yeah, and I'm not in the habit of giving the rent money away.
But that's
just
where I
that-
learned that lesson, I guess.
But that
is
was
what
that
I'm saying.
particular time, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
On
That God can
particular
put his
day.
hand on anything and say, I
Yeah.
would like you to use that for my honor and glory.
Yeah.
Wow. Or, you know, or don't, like if God's calling your children to be missionaries or calling your children for service in some way, like to other countries or, you know, even here in this country, and you're thinking, why don't they get a big job with a big wage? But
Yeah.
you know what? If God's got his hand on your kids or on you,
Yeah.
wanting you to serve others or wanting you to do, you know what? The money actually doesn't matter.
Yeah. And giving a tithe, you know, the Bible talks about give a tenth of your income. That's hard. I mean, most people would rather see it in the bank
Right.
or spend it on something. How about we've got a fly
There's
problem.
a fly. That
It's
reminds
like
us
the
of something
debate.
happened this, was it? Yeah, the debate.
Everyone focused on a
But
silly
it's not
fly.
landing on our heads.
It did
Okay.
land on you for a
Oh,
while.
it did?
No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. But it's true, you know, when it comes to giving, people would rather see it in the bank, but that's like a spiritual discipline. And going, and I always think about the people helping out on Sundays or Wednesdays at church with the kids or the teens. You
All
know, to
volunteers.
think that those folks, you know, they've had a busy day at work, they've been out there working really hard, and then to get up and go again at night in the evening and look after kids or teenagers, and you know, sometimes they've hardly had supper, had chance to get supper, and they do it. I mean, that's a sacrifice.
It is.
That's not putting yourself first. A lot of people would rather just be sitting in a rocking chair with a cup of coffee and watching a show. Was that fly
There's that
again?
fly again.
It's landed on me.
No, it hasn't.
Get away.
Anyway, yeah, no, but that's what
Yeah.
that's why I think, and you know, it's interesting. Like I've joked with you before that when God came to this earth, when Jesus was born, he grew up, of course, in a very small village, and then when he was ready to go and do his ministry, he gathered 12 men and hit the road,
Yeah,
and that kind of cracks me up every time I think about it.
yeah,
Because it was like he knew, obviously, he's on earth, and so as human beings, he needed to use human beings, but he didn't want all of the paraphernalia that comes with organizations and
yes.
structures
Yeah.
and things.
He didn't build it and then they came.
No, he just hit the road and said,
Yeah.
right, this is what's important, everybody, this is why I'm here.
Yeah, amazing.
And got the job done.
You
But
did.
it costs a lot, it cost him everything.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good spending time with you today. Have a great evening and get out there and look at a few leaves
Yes,
before they all
enjoy
fall
them.
down. Pip pip
And
and
cheerio.
cheerio.